We'll call the Board of County Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, April 4th, 2023 to order. Beth, roll call, please.
Barry?
Here.
Steve is absent today. Bo?
Here.
David?
Here. We have a quorum. Before we do the pledge, when we stand up, I'd like to ask everybody to just pause for a moment of silence because of the tragic events we had happen here in Williams County and in Ward with the kids in the accidents. So please stand up and we'll have a little moment of silence and then we'll do the pledge. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, consent agenda. What are the wishes?
Motion to approve is presented, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Barry?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Motion carried. Planning and zoning, you're up.
Good morning, Michelle Haugen, County Planning. We just have one today for you guys. It is Ed Rentamaki on behalf of Donna Mae Dragseth. It's for SP-0010-23, which is a re-subdivision of MS 16-0022, located in section 34 of 159-100. The township did see no issues and approved this re-subdivision. What we're looking for today is just, it'll create two new agricultural lots to be known as MS 230009 and MS 230010. Purpose to create these lots is just for the estate planning process for Donna Mae. We've reviewed the re-subdivision plat and have found it meets the technical criteria to be recorded. It's moved through the final review stage and is on to be reviewed on the Mylar process. If approved, the Mylar will advance through the departments for the final review prior to recordation. So what we're looking for today is just approval for the chairman to sign on behalf of the re-subdivision.
Is there any questions on the planning and zoning? Well, I'd be entertain a motion then.
I would make a motion to approve following staff comments.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Corey?
Yes.
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 Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Looks like Lindsay, you're up.
You forgot Darcy.
Oh, sorry, Darce. That's you. I just thought we'd skip over you. Sorry about that.
I thought you might be, spicing things up again,
No, it was just
changing the order.
not understanding how to read an order.
That's good morning, commissioners. Before you today, we have abatement hearings for tax years 2021 and 2022 on all of Block 11 in Fendy Estates by Integrity Development at Fendy Estates. They are asking for a reduction in value from their current valuation to $100 per lot. These are those lots that came before you in January that the building department is not allowing them to build anything until the rest of the subdivision meets its requirements. The Missouri Ridge Board did meet on these and heard these abatements, and they approved them.
Okay, has anybody got any questions?
What's the original,
The original assessment is between, it all varies because they're a little bit different size, but 24,150 to 17,820. There. Yep. That was the value we had on it in 2020.
did you say how many there was? Lots?
There's 11, no. Let's see. 20, 22. There are 24 lots, so 48 for 2 years.
Darcy, you said this request is for 2021?
2021 and 2022.
And I would imagine they'll want to keep that going forward then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would assume once things, if the subdivision gets up, we would revert back to that.
Correct.
I mean, it does make sense if they're not allowed, able to build on it, that they shouldn't be paying what it would cost. Well, what are the wishes?
I don't have that number available.
Do you have a number of what the total tax, you don't?
I don't.
Okay.
Sorry. I've been a little busy with other things. Yeah.
So we had them assessed at $100 up until 2020?
Correct, because they were, I didn't realize that they had their streets developed. I thought these were just in the, you know, how there's so many lots in Fendi that are just, it's just grassland. They don't have streets, they don't have utilities. These ones do have streets and utilities to them, so that's why we moved them up to standard pricing.
Did they ever get it squared away with their lagoon system then, right? Or the lagoon system could handle, if these were built out, it's big enough to handle it, right? It just
I
can't.
thought
double,
so,
right?
yeah.
Cameron, is that what I remember? Is that right?
I believe the system itself could handle the capacity. However, it just needs to be in operating and sure order before they move forward with that, which I'm not aware of anything that's changed yet.
So their permits are still on hold?
Correct. We've had some verbal communications with the parties involved, but so far I'm not aware of any work that's actually been done.
So Darcy, if we approve this, are they entitled to a refund then?
Yeah.
Okay. And you have no idea what that amount would be?
No. If you hold on a second, I'll.
Would it be easier if we delayed this till the next meeting, or does that make it more of a problem? Okay.
Either way, so I can, if we want to wait till the next meeting, I can have, if you let me know everything you want, I'll be able to have that available. If we want to just table it until like, the end of the meeting, and I can figure out taxes real quick. You guys also don't have to go with their recommendation of $100. You can
Right.
pick your own value.
Let's do that. Let's table you till the end,
Okay,
and then we'll
I'll
bring you
look 'em-
back up,
Look them up and.
give you a
your
little
hand.
time so you're not under the gun right in front of everybody in the spotlight.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back with Lindsay. See, we should have had you first, because then Darcy would have had time, but we had to ask the question.
Good morning. A couple of meetings ago, I brought you a proposal with an idea to contribute funds to the City of Williston Star Fund Flex Pace and Grant programs, specifically for behavioral health and development projects. The initial proposal spoke to projects that were located in the ETJ or adjacent to it, and you had expressed interest in perhaps pursuing this, but wanting to open it up to the whole county. So I went back and talked with Sean Winko a little bit about that, and he talked with the Star Fund Board. So I have come back to you with the updated proposal that just has the more open language for projects that are in Williams County, and that is the printout that I put on your desk this morning. And then in your packet is a copy of the Joint Powers Agreement that Karen assisted with developing. She wrote it. I read it. And then we also have reviewed it with the city as well. They have not signed it yet. The intention would be to, if you approve it today, then Sean will take it to the city, their next city meeting. So, any questions? And again, it would be $200,000 specifically for behavioral health, and then $200,000 for development projects, with the goal being that the financing programs that the city already has in place, we don't have to duplicate them or replicate them. We can just leverage those. And then the county would be part of that review process when a appropriate application is put into place.
And we would only pay once something is approved, correct?
Yep, so the joint powers agreement is set up that you guys would agree to have the pathway to contributing dollars, but that dollar amount, if there's a dollar amount at all, would be set on an annual basis during like budget time, et cetera. This one's a little bit different just because we're setting it up now. So there's no set future dollar amount that would be part of the agreement. And then, yes, the dollars would only be issued once there is a successful application that has been selected.
Okay, anybody got any other questions?
Lindsay, who's making the decision on behalf of the county as far as the applications?
So the whole process is leveraging the Star Fund review process. So the Star Fund Board meets each month to review applications. And so the process would be that once an application that is potentially eligible under this program, then the city would notify the county. You will need to identify a representative from the county that would then participate in that review process. And then the Star Fund Board ultimately makes a recommendation to the City of Williston commissioners, and then the city makes the final decision. But typically the city follows the Star Fund Board recommendation, of which the county would be a part of. That's open for, that's just that process is laid out here on the sheet on the proposal. Mainly under the, mainly just trying to follow the process that's already in place. And then tangential to that, the county would do a vetting process to ensure that, like, if it is located in the county, they are up to date on their property taxes, they are up to date on their planning and zoning, and building compliance, and those things.
Let me clarify my question a little deeper then, if I may. Is it a staff or is it the commission?
It is up to the commission, you all, to identify who your county representative
Okay.
would be.
And I'm trying to protect the interest of the staff, I guess, Lindsay, because if something comes up, gentlemen, that could be a contentious issue, I think it's better that it's a commissioner that takes the heat rather than a staff member.
So if you are, unless there's changes, which then changes obviously can be made today, But we'd be looking for identifying a county representative, approving the proposal, and then authorizing the chairman to sign the agreement would be kind of the three parts.
So that happens when you bring the application to us? Or what? When do we appoint
Oh.
someone?
Right now,
Oh, okay.
yep.
I would say Steve's probably the guy, in my opinion, not just because he's not here. But I don't know if that's okay to do that, but that's just my thought.
Yep. And I wouldn't even say you'd have to do it. You wouldn't always have to have the same person either. You know, you can always change your mind.
Basis, I'm assuming, correct, with our other appointments?
We could do that.
Mr. Chairman, we need a motion to approve this, Lindsay, is that what you're saying, and appoint a commissioner?
Approve the proposal and authorize the chairman to sign the JPA. Approve the proposal and then authorize the chairman to sign the JPA. And identify a county rep. I didn't do a very good job putting this in your packet this time.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve the Williams County City of Williston Star Fund Partnership Agreement, authorize the chairman to sign, and appoint Commissioner Kemp to be the county's commission's representative on the application process through 2023 calendar year.
Is there a second?
I would second that.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Lindsay, could you send a congratulations email to Commissioner Kemp?
Yes, I'll also mail him some glitter.
No discussion. Roll call, please.
Bo,
Yes.
David, Barry,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay. Now we are County Highway, and I know Dennis isn't here, but
Yeah, we were asked to adjust the speed limit on County 5 down to 35 miles an hour where along the work site that is going to be the the Pioneer generation station, so. It's for a mile, and it'll only be while construction is in progress, so I think it kind of, yep.
anybody have any questions on it or comments? Bo, you got anything? Make the rest of it 70 then? Okay, be looking for a motion.
Well, I would make that motion to approve the temporary speed limit change.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion?
Just open. So then we'll have to bring it up again when they're done to put it back to what it was, I'm assuming.
I would imagine so,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, Dennis and I had a conversation about this before he left, and it will be years. It's a long-term construction project, and so it will be for a long time. And it is for, is there a drawing in the packet at all? Yeah, so you can see, it's for a chunk of, yeah.
Okay, so it'll just be revisited when they're finally done with their, and I'm sure Dennis will be on top of it. Yeah. Okay, so we have a motion, a second. Any other discussion? Roll call.
David, Barry,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Motion carried. Karen?
Good morning.
Okay, so I did send you an email about some information. We received notice that 5 more defendants have settled in the National Opioid Settlement litigation. And so the county is being asked to whether or not they want to participate in this settlement. The prior settlement that we had with Johnson & Johnson and McKesson, I think another one, was a total of $21 billion. This one is a total of $8.52 billion. The county, we don't know for sure how much the county will get, but they are estimating that the county will receive probably about 80% of what we received, what we're going to be allotted in the first settlement. So far in the first settlement, we received approximately $30,000. So, and same thing with the first settlement. This settlement, the 5 defendants will be paying the amount that they are settling to over a period of a number of years, really. So I guess we have until April 18th to participate, but the attorneys representing the county and some other political subdivisions are actually recommending that the county does participate in this round of settlements, because otherwise we'd have to continue litigating against these defendants, and the likelihood of getting money from them is pretty nil, so. No. Any attorney's fees that the defendants are required to set up like sort of a separate fund for attorney's fees. So any money we get, we don't have to pay any attorneys with that. We just,
That's the ones that are making money out of the deal.
Yep, and just for the record, the other 5 defendants being settled are Teva, Allergan, who are 2 manufacturers, and then 3 pharmacies, Walgreens, Walmart, and CVS. So,
Karen, with all the strings attached that the state puts on this, refresh our memories on what we did with the other one, because I know there was some discussion, if I remember right.
you mean with the first round of settlements?
Yeah.
We haven't done anything with that. We're sort of accumulating the money right now, so we haven't done anything yet.
Because there's still some legislation, I think, in the hopper, isn't there, that the money goes to the state?
Yeah, well, the original, there was an original House bill that says that all opioid money had to go to the state. And that if we didn't, we would somehow get penalized. However, when the bill got to the Senate, they made some adjustments to it and basically said that political subdivisions could send their money to the state if they wanted to, but they didn't have to. But if they didn't send it to the state, they could retain it, but they had to either transfer it or work with the public district health unit in their locality to spend the money, and then they had to report to the state every single year about how the money was spent. So that's where it's at right now. It's in the Senate Appropriations Committee right now, so there's no final thing on that, so.
Maybe we're better off just giving it to the state and let them worry about it.
Well, over this little bit of money, it'd probably be less of a hassle.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess if that was something you want to do, it's not something you have to decide right now, really, so, because the bill hasn't gone all the way through the legislature
Well,
yet, so.
wouldn't it be, kind of make sense to divvy it out, or, prorate it out to our behavioral health people, right? I mean, I would say that'd be a good place to put it. I mean, it ain't gonna be a whole lot, but, if you get $5,000-6,000 for each one of them, that's more than they had to begin with.
Well, I think as we accumulate it and it grows, then we can decide that. We just got to decide if we want to be in this side of this other part of the lawsuit, so.
Yeah, Lindsay has a comment here.
So broadly, what we've been doing at this point is mostly trying to get organized. I've even heard from others that this has been kind of an interesting process in terms of getting all of them, and there's been so many. All of these have long-term payouts. So we've only accumulated 30,000 so far, but a lot of these are 5 to 10 to 15-year payouts. And so it can actually create an opportunity for something to do long-term. The assumption that had been at the state level was that some of the political subdivisions are getting such a small amount of money, there couldn't be a lot that they would be able to do individually. That's not the same for all political subdivisions. This was kind of a plot twist that they added public health into it, but that's primarily because in our larger cities, that's who people have been working with. I personally have been talking with our Human Service Center because that's who does behavioral health here. But I have talked with Shar, I have talked with Javane. That wouldn't be an issue in terms of working together to implement it. And we would be able to do a lot more here locally than if we were just to turn it over to the state. So we've been kind of just watching, waiting, accumulating the funds, and then working through our different groups to be able to come up with the best plan to come back to the commission. And my intention was to do that at budget time. So this bill kind of also threw a little bit of a stick in that because we weren't expecting that piece of it either. But we have been thinking, we've been trying to, and then the intention would be to come to you at budget time with a plan of how to move forward.
That sounds like the best idea I've heard. Let's have staff come up with a plan and bring it back to us. We don't have to decide it up here. So, back to this one, can we
Yep.
think about a motion?
So I'm actually just looking for a motion to participate in the settlements.
Exactly what I was asking for.
I would make that motion.
Is there a
I'll
second?
second it.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Barry,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe the sheriff is up.
Morning. Okay, two things for today. First being looking for the permission to sell our patrol vehicles that we're going to be phasing out at public auction like we've done the last, I think, 2 years now. Just looking for that from the commission today. And that would be for all of them that we would do within the 2023 year, considering we are going to do some out of budget. Anecdotally, one of the cars we just replaced an engine in for the Durangos went down last night and had to be towed in. So.
Motion to approve the sale of old patrol vehicles at public auction.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on the sale of the patrol vehicles?
No warranties.
Roll call, Beth.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, thank you. And the second thing would be a grant application for the Public Safety Grant Committee for a total of $21,374.45. So over the last probably year and a half, 2 years, we've been slowly transitioning our shotguns out. So we went from lethal shotgun platforms to a less lethal platform with shotguns. There are a lot of challenges that come with that. You can only use them at a very specific distance. You can't use them close range, and much beyond about 20 feet, they're very ineffective. So we've been transitioning out to a 40 millimeter launcher. We have 14 of those currently in our patrol vehicles, and what that does for us is there's a bunch of different types of impact munitions that we can use out of those launchers, and we can use them at a very close range of up to like 3 or 4 feet and out even farther than the 20 foot. They have a much greater effect when you do deploy them than the shotgun rounds seem to, but they also have the capability of using chemical munitions as well that the shotguns just don't possess that same ability. So with this grant application, we would finally be able to outfit all of our patrol vehicles with that 40 millimeter launcher. So it'd be a purchase of 16 of those for the remainder of our patrol individuals. And just looking for chairman to be able to sign this grant application going to the Public Safety Grant Committee. $21,374.45.
Motion to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Bo,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes. Motion carried.
I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. The ones we're getting rid of, not all of them, but those are the majority of the ones that we're trying to phase out because of all the mechanical issues. Some of them are just up over 100,000 miles. So we need to transition those out with what we had previously ordered, which may not be in until around September of this year, which the ones we ordered out of budget are going to likely be here in the next few weeks.
Okay, you got anything else for us?
Not unless you guys have any questions.
Any questions for the sheriff?
All right.
No? thanks. Did we should be good with you. Did I miss any other department heads? No, everybody's good? Oh, that's right. See, I already forgot. Darcy's got to come back because we asked her to go away. Sorry, Darcy.
I would have stood up and said, hey. So I did the math, and for 2021, the refund would be an amount of $3,570, roughly. Each lot is about between $104 and $190 in taxes.
$3,500 total for 24 lots?
Yeah, for 2021. Yeah, each lot is like most of the lots are $146. And then for 2022, they have not paid their 2022 taxes yet. It would be, the refund would be the adjustment would be $3,604. Their new tax bill would be $15.60 for all 24.
Okay, so hearing these big numbers, what are the wishes?
I would make a motion to deny.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? Yes, please.
Yeah, well, the tax part really wouldn't, because they have the right to appeal this board's decision on the tax thing, so that would be really a separate thing.
And I thought we were talking about, a substantial amount, I don't, on a development, something like that, I can't imagine $3,600 is gonna make or break it.
Well, and I'm assuming majority of that goes to the schools.
Yeah, I would assume, yeah.
Okay, any other discussion, any other questions? Roll call, Beth?
David,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I think we're up to you, Helen.
Barry, do you know anything about the 2023 equipment list?
But I wasn't under the assumption we had to approve that. I thought that was just more of yeah.
Okay, the email that, actually, I'm looking at it now. The email that you and I got says, please put on the 2023 agenda, thanks, from Dennis. So he must think,
Well, I guess, I was under the impression that it was we needed to discuss the speed limit, But that, I thought that was just more of informational, but, I mean, if it, well, I would make a motion to approve the 2023 equipment list, or equipment price list for county highway.
Thanks.
Yes, for when we do work for, whoever else other than us. Right, but I just figured you could just make a motion to approve it, and, if we needed to, fine. If we didn't, well, oh, well.
I don't know either. I just know this email made it
Can't
seem like he thought we were gonna. That's all I.
So we have a motion to approve that. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Hold on, I'm forwarding it to Beth right now so that she has it. Okay. Okay, we have no positions that need permission to be filled today. We are recruiting on a number of positions right now and have a couple openings. You can see we have a couple vector board openings that are coming. That will be up for reappointment. And I did actually have a conversation with someone in Tioga this week about that planning and zoning spot. Part of the dilemma is, of course, there's just not that many people that live in the ETJ, which is where these positions are by century code. They need to live there, so. Yeah. Right.
You had somebody to talk to.
Yep. So I don't have anything else for you.
Anybody got any questions for Helen before we let her off the hook? Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
And covered everything, so we will adjourn the April 4th meeting, 8:37.